Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Indies. In this episode we're going to build a palace. Yesterday I started wondering, what if a royal family member would visit their colonies? Would there be like a separate palace or anything? But I don't think they really had one. There was a mention of a palace called Rijswijk, but I don't think it was more like a residency, not really a property of the royal family. But I'm not sure. I don't think the British royal family do it either. But in this case, I use this really big, way too big building. But I think it's such a cool model. I wanted to incorporate it in the build anyways. And this building is actually a Dutch colonial building for, I think it was the seat of the governor on West Java. And it kind of had a funny nickname. People would call it the Saté building. In Dutch, everyone knows Saté is a very common dish. It's Indonesian, and it is a typical Indonesian dish, if I remember correctly. And it's really nice. It is really cool. But I don't see the resemblance. It has to do with the shape of the building. It looks like the dish, apparently. I don't know, but the asset is fantastic, and it's on the workshop. And yeah, it's one of the few assets from the Dutch East Indies, which is actually built by a Dutch architect, so I thought I'll incorporate it and I'll use this as the royal palace. And as you see, I'm just adding this road towards the palace because I think it needs like a lot of, it needs to look imposing. That's what I'm trying to say. So there are no fences around it, and I noticed this with a lot of governmental building in the Dutch East Indies, which I thought was surprising because it is a colony, and I imagine people would get really pissed being colonized. But no, not in the Dutch East Indies. A lot of buildings didn't really have large fences or that kind of thing. So I decided to not incorporate it. I think it looks really cool. It looks really close to the city. Then I just added these pathways, and I found them on the workshop, and they are fantastic. I added them around the road, and that together with the dirt road, it looks really, really fantastic if you ask me. The location of the palace, I found it hard, but I don't want to make the city gigantic, so I thought I'll just instantly incorporate it in the middle of the city. And if you look through the main street, you look down the palace, which I thought was really cool because it is such a landmark. So far, I think the build looks really, really well. You'll see it in the cinematics. There's this one shot which I really wanted to make, and that's what's convinced me to use this location for the building, and it is fantastic. I decided to add more pathways and a pond on the backside because in the 17th and 18th century, people loved their pond, man. They thought it was really, really cool, and I only can imagine it brought so many mosquitoes, but I don't know. I added this canal from the center of the village, and I used these water assets by Sully, and they work fantastic to build canals now. So I wish I had those like 2 years ago when I started off Zilt. But I mean, they are here now, and this build, I'm gonna use them a lot. And then I started to add these really tall, big trees, because I think this area deserves like the really prettiest trees of the town, right? Of course, these palm trees, because we foreigners in this country loved our palm trees. And loads of flowery plants, and almost like a botanical garden, because I think this is a real big part of a palace, is their gardens. I kept them relatively small, and I saved you a lot of time seeing me building it because it took ages. But I wanted to add just loads of flowers and big old trees you will see me add later, and these bushes. And then I go on to add some more grass and just makes the place very lively. And I thought about adding some markers for animals, and I think that might be a cool idea because I saw some pictures from today, and there's like loads of deer in this area. And I'm not sure if there are like native deers to Indonesia, but good chance the Dutch took them with them and thought it would be fun to have deers in the jungle. But yeah, they look really, really cool. These grass assets really add a lot. Here I'm adding this wall, which I downloaded somewhere from the Black Market Workshop on Discord. And it's really pretty. It helped to make like a bit of a deck behind the palace. I imagine the king walking out of his big old ballroom onto the deck to have smoke a cigar or anything. I reckon everyone smoked cigars back in those days. And then adding this small little white bridge. It's almost like a Monet painting. It took me ages. I had to PO the bridge to really get the thing working. After I'd done this palace, I really need to start working on more residential areas. I'll probably do that on some live streams, I reckon, because I'm not really looking forward to do it, and a live stream would be great to have some company while doing it. Oh yeah, here you saw the King's private beach. I think it needs a private beach. I need to work on that. But yeah, the residential areas always kind of bore me. You saw it in the last episode. I really didn't do that much of gardens anymore. I just add fences, and on the front, I think the front side needs to look good, and then just add a lot of palm trees and flowers in the back, because it's such tedious work. And yeah, I just like the bigger projects more. So that's probably what I'm gonna do for these episodes. Like, I'm doing a palace now, perhaps I'll do more on Main Street next week, and do a station, do a light rail, all those things. But residential areas is just very tedious and repetitive to watch, if you ask me. Today I saw that my first inspiration to do this kind of series got back to making City Skylines videos. So I saw Jeremy Thunder return. So everyone just go ahead and go to his channel and support him on his new build, because he's doing Japan, which I would really love to do, but I don't know enough about it, but it's so cool. And I think he actually had started with Pallet Town. And for you other 30-year-olds like I am, 35 almost actually, it is based on the Pokemon Pallet Town, which is awesome. And I wish I had that idea. I really love the creativity of this community. Anyways, as you see, this is the shot I was talking about, the shot through Main Street. It is absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna leave you guys with the cinematics. I just want to say thank you all for all the support on the new series, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode. If you haven't done yet, like and subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll see you in the next episode. This was Jazz. Till next time, bye!